Welcome back, ODU esports fans, to another wonderful night of Overwatch 2. I'm your host for tonight, Porter Dowdy, aka Son of Zombie, and tonight we have a special guest host with us. Please give a warm ODU welcome to Darkness Manifest, the Unending Void. How are you doing tonight?
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Great.
That's great to hear. I'm really excited to be casting with you tonight. I didn't know that the Void was a fan of Overwatch, but here we are.
Yeah, I have made my 1 quadrillionth trip. Haven't been to Earth in about 10 quadrillion years, so I figured I'd spawn in.
Well, I'm glad you decided to stop by ODU for that, such a rare occurring trip. Tonight we have ODU for our first match. We have 2 varsity matches tonight. The next one starts at 9. The first one starts at 7:30, I believe. Yeah. ODU is going to be facing against the University of Southern Mississippi. ODU's record in this bracket, I won't put it lightly. Maybe my friend here can put it in better terms, but
Betrothing.
that's a very descriptive word for what we're dealing with here. ODU has not had the best record in this bracket, so
That is precisely why I'm here.
yeah.
I've actually appeared throughout the witching hour because of this team and Overwatch has brought me here with the amount of negativity and malice it creates from those who watch it in this stream. All of it is just bewitching.
Unsettling words to say the least. But complete respect to you, and if that's what you even refer to.
I am all, but not or any, or all, but many, but none.
Let's move on. ODU's record is around 0-4, 0-5. Not really sure. Couldn't get a straight number through the hard practicing that the team was doing before their match. But going in tonight, I don't know if you were able to catch the stream from whatever realm you were occupying last Tuesday, but ODU did a lot of things that we have here at the studio have constantly seen over and over and over again. We've seen them do a lot of things, the same. But, last week we actually played in the MAEC bracket, and they're undefeated in that one. And maybe it'll transfer over to the NACE, the NACE bracket, the NACE bracket. I don't know. What are your opinions? Did you catch the stream last week?
I actually did not, but through my many eyes, I can already garner what has already been betrothed. This place that I've appeared at is just one of the biggest corners of the globe for malice and hatred and insanity. So I've already been applied here. And looking at the Old Dominion Overwatch varsity team, all I see is hatred and malice. And all I can tell is they are disgusting.
Well, hopefully we can see some of that change tonight. Do you have any words of wisdom going into this match tonight?
Don't feed.
Don't feed. Okay. Well, hopefully they can hear you in their thoughts. Like, I think
everyone can hear me.
Okay, that wasn't just me. I thought you were just in my headset. Nope, you were in my head. Okay, well, maybe they can hear your advice through whatever means of communication you are giving me right now, and I really don't appreciate it. I'd appreciate it if you stop talking in my head. But yeah, I do believe that we're waiting for the game invite right now, so please forgive me if I seem a little stricken.
You're stricken and slurred, whereas you have forgotten to mention who Old Dominion Varsity Overwatch be versing tonight.
Well, tonight, right now, they're going to be against University of Southern Mississippi. I did say that.
Did you?
Yes, but tonight at 9 in the MAEC bracket, they are facing off against GMU, an old ODU rival. Way back when, as far as I can remember, ODU and GMU have always been, head and head. Well, maybe not head to head, but they've always been, pretty tough rivals against each other for Overwatch. I'm not sure if you knew that, but I'm going to assume you're all knowing. Yep, okay, that's what I thought. So we'll take a short break while we wait for that game invite.
Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
truly disgusting and insanity-filled map, Lijiang Tower Garden.
I do believe I see the, yeah, that is Lijiang. I'm not sure what camera angle this is. I've never...
Through my unending eye, I believe the camera is staring at the skybox.
Oh, and we see in the chat, whoever dies first is going to get Starkey's phone number, so fingers crossed it's one of us, fellas.
The most insane individual is alone. This looks to be Garden, like I said, with my unknowing and all-knowing eyes.
I do believe that that USM has forced our spectator camera to be team only, and that was the
Through my
issue we were facing.
all-seeing eyes, I can see
This chat is a little bit
disgusting. Brawl comp. Orisa Baptiste Tracer, Bastion Lucio Baptiste.
Yes, how do we turn the match chat hidden?
Through my all-knowing eyes / hide chat.
I do believe that is a good time for this. But as we are getting into the first fight here, USM seems to take the early control of the point, going with a Reinhardt comp. You know, pretty off-meta comp, but we did see success with it last week. Adelot taking that early space on X-Blast, getting the first pick of the fight onto the main support of USM. Trades coming out, and both teams are pretty even. It's a 2v2 fight right now from what I can tell. Adelot trying to hold off against the Reinhardt in a melee battle, not doing the greatest, and ODU looks like they are going to lose this first fight unless, you know, they can get back to the point immediately. They do have a Tracer, and Adelot is still alive and in the fight. Index trying to stay alive. Index taking down the Reinhardt. Adelot going down soon after, though. Still a very even fight. ODU getting 2 picks. This fight is constantly dragged on, and it's super important that neither team has capped yet, so no progression has been made on the point. Honestly, I think ODU could turn the tides of this fight, and I think they just did. I think ODU will win that first fight and start the game with that percentage clock picking.
Yep. That entire fight, it was just a matter of picks. Woe Nelly was picked immediately on Baptiste by X-Blast's Lucio. And then through and through, every teammate that died, but every team has a chance to stall backwards. Looks like we're looking at a friends list right now. Okay, we have actually taken the left side angle, ultimate streak coming out. That we'll see a pulse bomb on Woe Nelly after the pick.
The pulse bomb comes out, finds nothing, but Joka Joey does find a pick onto Reflex. B comes out from USM, as well as the slam, finding 3 members of ODU. Index trying his hardest to stay alive as Adelot and the St. JJ finding a pick for both teams respectively. Index evening the odds, or tilting the odds in favor of ODU, as well as Adelot, and they will clean up that fight. Very well played.
Yeah, I can't help but notice that Baptiste's name is Woe Nelly. It
Well,
looks like ODU is taking him for a trip right now. Right now, they've been beaten and battered. They have beat advantage on this engagement, and Orisa will run very furiously. Looks like Tracer is doing a little bit of poke on the right side. Looks like they're taking white in again, but will they actually push the window this time?
Very.
They never know. Looks like Sim Wall. Looks like Orisa will be using their ultimate very shortly.
B comes out, but it's not enough to save Adelot. Just a second too late, not able to get that shield up in time, and it will leave ODU in an unfavorable position. Does X-Blast get the boop? Not there, but he was extremely close. Reflex finding a pick on Joka Joey, making it a 3v4 as Index takes down Mimic. But it looks like USM is just cleaning up at this point. Adelot getting the pick on the Bastion from USM could turn the tides of this fight.
Right now, but on the side of ODU, they should win.
Very well.
Statistics.
That's a very nice retake on the side of ODU.
Yeah, it just looks like every chance they get, ODU looks like they're going to lose, but then they just rip it back from the bowels of the enemy team. It's like a hungry lion into a gazelle. Yep, on the right side, Joka Joey seems to be poking out on right. Lucio is on the other thing. Tracer is set up behind. Will they walk with Window this time? The world may never know. They have nothing, but they might TP.
Window came out very, very early on the side of USM. Window comes out as well, and Adelot decides to backpedal through the view of the window, but Index finds the pick on the Reinhardt of USM, leaving them without a main, or leaving them without a tank in general. Artillery Strike finds Joka Joey, and it is a even fight. Adelot taking down Reflex from the side of USM. This is overtime. Yeah, this is last fight territory, and Window comes out immediately from that BAP. Gets booped from X-Blast.
Oh no, he has been knocked off the map for the 500th time and a stagger stun on the Earthshatter. I'd be in shambles if I was seeing JJ right now.
I do not recognize this team right now.
I think they might have given every single one of their older brothers actually that death, and maybe he took the monitor back for a second, but I think everybody gave their controller to their older sibling to beat this boss battle.
Fingers crossed we see nothing wild in the all chat. But going into the second point here, how do you feel about what you've seen so far from ODU?
Pure contempt and malice, but that is the only emotion I can feel. They
Well,
are running through the normal disgusting Orisa comp, which makes every game unfun. I can feel the hatred and anger pulling from University of Southern Mississippi right now as they just get beaten and ravaged and ran over.
well, very descriptive words there.
Looking like they swap on Echo instead of Tracer. Will they take coast? Will University of Southern Mississippi TP point? Of course
We
they
do
will.
see the TP
But
come
it's
out.
yeah.
And it is, I mean, it gave USM the initial point control, that position.
They are speeding in already. They're on the Symmetra. Will they get enough? Will they kill it before charge happens? Looks like they're actually out of target focus here.
Window comes out, saving most of USM from getting picked there. They were all taken very low, but two members of USM find picks on ODU. Hey, it's Lion finding a pick on the Sim, taking her down, but it looks like it is in vain as ODU cleaned up from this first fight. Very well said.
Index is set up back right again. They just went on the Sim, but they all immediately forgot who they were going on. A little bit of amnesia, unfortunately.
Is Amnesia one of your creations, one of your doings?
All is my doing, but all is not. They have TP point again. Will ODU figure out to walk right, or will they actually big angles?
Index going into the backline. Pulse bomb ready to go, just waiting for the right opportunity. Whiffs it off the Baptiste left shoulder. But the boop comes out onto the Bastion, and another boop from Adelot. That's two in a row, turning the tides of this fight almost immediately, letting ODU cap the control of the point.
I have to say, for anybody at home, if you could make a marker on how many times Wo Nelly has been sent to a environmental grave in these first two rounds, you might get a prize, courtesy of that Byron Henson on Discord and Twitter. The Orb and the Void do agree with this. Looks like ODU is set up on right side. Forgetting they're only going to TP point every fight. Looks like the Bastion forgot to press his interact key. But on this side, it looks like Baptiste will be clean up. This is a clean up the fight.
Very confused as to what USM's plan there was.
Actually, I guess the two got shot. Baptiste should die. They should copy here. They just copy the Symmetra. They don't have shatter though. The Symmetra can win this.
Very low Symmetra, not able to get the wall off in time, but it does not matter. Oh, well, it actually could matter. St. JJ finding the pick on X+X.
Yeah, they kind of just took a little too long. They actually did manage to bait their Baptiste and the taking far right into the Echo, but it was a little too late. That Shatter did end up killing the Baptiste and Orisa, so I guess they just forgot to hold their cooldowns. Index sent to a Orbit Grave, unfortunately. I just noticed it is Joker Joey on Echo here. Very weird swap. Usually you'd see Index on Echo here, but I think he is only a Tracer player now.
So while we have some downtime, it's not every day I get to cast with, you know, the Eternal Void itself. What, hypothetical, what would happen if someone got Lucio boosted into the Eternal Void?
Consumed by my unholy knots, part of my hive.
That sounds very unpleasant, but what isn't unpleasant is seeing Joka Joey pop off, taking down the Bastion and the Baptiste very early into the fight, making it a 3v4. What just happened? Reflex.
Orisa is full armor. They just spoil the entire fight. Looks like forgot to use his Fortify button. Critical mistake from the side of Oath Dominion University's Adelot. It's a-okay though. We have gotten point control. Looking like the enemy team will have an ult advantage here. Like Joka Joey is trying to dodge bullets with his mind. You are not me. You cannot absorb anything that comes to your presence. You are feeble, disgusting. Okay, it looks like X-Boss almost does get booped off here. But he does get booped off. Somehow missed the wall right there, I guess. Really interesting. Index sent to another Orb Grave. Forgot that Symmetra beams do actually go fast. This is his last fight here. We just won't be able to use any ults here. Yeah.
Last fight territory will leave USM in control of the point, and they will take that round, making it a 1-1. Next point wins the map. Next point being, what is What's the next point called?
Control
Center, yes. I think, honestly, this is ODU's most comfortable map with Legion's
I
Tower.
have to disagree. I believe it goes, for some reason, Garden, then Control Center, then Night Market. They somehow don't understand the process of angle taking yet.
Well,
Like I said, none of them have passed geometry yet. Looks like we are going to TP point or TP out. I think Index is only going to play Tracer this entire day. Be warned. Looking like we have a Junkrat. If we just had like a Junkrat Bastion, Sim, any of that at this point would be very fluid. Looks like he did TP out. Will he go back to the Tracer?
interesting mine there, but Jokajoy gets immediately deleted as the entire firepower is met into Jokajoy's spaces. They turn that corner. ODU being forced to backpedal and kind of retreat until they have their full team back again. USM taking the position of control of the point. Spear misses off of the Reinhardt, and the USM Reinhardt is able to take that corner presence. Starkey taking down Hayet's Lions, Lamp, and then taking down Hayet's Lions.
Opportunity for USM. Has just ripped us apart.
That is not what you want to see or hear. Unfortunately, ODU is going to have to do a retake, and soon, if they want a chance to get the majority control before they enter last fight territory.
Yeah, this is just a very tough map for their competitors. They have the spam damage, but they can't really rip through Sim, Bash, and Ryan before they get through themselves. It's kind of an issue with the Tracer, because the Tracer can't really kill them in time if they either wait for them to
They finally decide to target the Sim. They target the Sim in the face of a turret mode Bastion. That will come back to bite them as they lose the team fight almost immediately.
Here's just the big thing here. They just don't have the Bastion mirror. They might have the Junkrat, but they don't have the Bastion mirror or spam damage in time. You'd think Junkrat would be a very good pick here, but just into their comp, he can't get any shots. Bastion just rips your whole team apart. You don't actually have a shield of your own to block most of the damage. You have a spin, but if you're spinning on a Symmetra instead of the Bastion shooting, you just kind of be able to rip your entire team apart.
Yeah, they need to utilize the map to their advantage if they're not going to be playing with the shield. If they're going to stay on the Orvis comp, they need to use the map to their advantage. They need to start taking angles and target focusing, because like you said, they only have the one spin, and they don't even have that anymore. As Adelot and Hayet's line goes down, leaving it to be a 3-5 fight. Nearing 80% for USM.
Fight. I don't believe Ultimate has used a single ultimate this entire fight. I think this is an ultimate. They have taken the entire point to get all their ultimates here. Looking like we should engage, hopefully with not all 5 of them. Enemy team does have a beat counter push and both DPS ults and Shatter. I think this might go the same way. Looking like Index
comes out
early.
Will we see their Orisa ult come out soon? There it is. Lamp comes out. Will ODU be able to take it down in time? No, they cannot. No pick is found from the Orisa ult, and St. JJ will take down the tire from Jokajoy. Make that 3 ults essentially gone off rip. St. JJ and Reflex both finding a pick of their own. Reflex finding a second on Adelot, and that looks like it's going to be the fight for USM, making the first map for USM.
Unfortunate performance as they just did a comp differential on the side. Old Dominion versus St. Whatever their name is, University of Southern Mississippi.
Yes, University of Southern Mississippi.
Yes.
I thought you were supposed to be all-knowing.
I keep everything all-knowing, but I do get a little bit jumbled with all the information processing at once.
Yeah, I would.
I'll ask you, what do you think of that match?
Well, started off strong. I mean, it started off, from what I could see, they were being clumsy at the beginning, but every fight it looked like something clicked and they were able to clean it up. Those next 2 maps just looked like rinse and repeat.
They gave their older brother the controller on map 1, and then the controller was taken back. The older brother had to go back before.
There may be some interference with your presence being in the
video
building.
Cannot accurately understand my globe as I am just a black mass.
Yeah. I don't understand what or how you did that to the camera, but what I'm looking at is a lot more terrifying than that. I didn't even...
Incomprehensible to the normal human mind.
My head is actually getting a pretty bad headache. So
I believe you should take a sit and break. We will be back very soon with the next map for Old Dominion. See you then. Second most malice-filled map in the game, Scrims Row. This is absolutely disgusting, but I am gaining a lot of influence from this terrible performance shown on both sides.
You need to get out of my head. You need to get out of my head. Seriously.
I'm all but nowhere.
We're gonna keep casting, but I can't keep doing this, man.
You have no right to try to mark me around. Disgusting.
Sorry. As we get into it here, it appears to be that we are actually spectating the USM.
I have taken control of the game, and we are currently looking at the wrong team. We should use our chat message and say we're spectating the wrong team before we get rule booked.
Yes, we
by
could
the
get rule
admins
booked by
of NACE. You see nothing.
Please press
Fade to
enter
black. Fade
and
to
say
black.
we are spectating the
Fade
wrong
to
team.
black.
Fade to black. Fade to caster
Fade
scene.
to
Please,
caster
caster
scene.
scene. Caster scene, please. Thank you. Sorry for the technical difficulties. It appears that the game lobby was set up incorrectly, and to avoid a DQ on the side of ODU, we have decided to not show any of the actual game in attempt to rectify this error. Sounds like they're still playing out there, so we may end up just having to... I'm not sure. This is a very unlucky scenario. I'm expecting a pause to be incoming while they fix this, but I'm not sure. If we are hosting, or if they are hosting, I'm assuming that they were hosting. If we were forced into the... we're okay? They're not going to rulebook? We're not on rulebook? Or they're not... You don't think they will? Okay, let's head back into the game. Sorry about that, folks. A little bit scary. Trying to avoid a DQ for ODU because that would be awful. But we are getting into what looks to be the first fight here. Adelot does go down very, very quickly. St. JJ able to push that front line past via Rissa from ODU. But Index finding a pick on Starkey.
Terminal, not terminal. Terminal.
Jeez.
Unfortunate. It looks like it was terminal, and they have all succumbed, but it is unfortunate. That is a first fight 1 to University of St. Mississippi.
And honestly, you only need the 1 at that first point. It's
through my wandering eyes and all, I've noticed ODU does lose the fight at defense first point every time they play the game, so this is not really anything to worry about.
Yes, I mean, the first point Kings Row is such a hard point to end the round on. Because if you lose one fight, you know, and you don't have people that can instantly get back to the point, it's pretty much you've lost it, and it becomes payload. But
they are a really good second point team.
They are indeed.
Looks like they're running the exact same comp with the Sojourn and Ana instead of the Baptiste and Junkrat shown before. Will this work out?
We see the Joker. We see the Sojourn from ODU about to charge 100% ult, but Line and Adelot do go down very.
End up peeking a window, Bastion and Reinhardt. I can't see the idea there. Looks like they will get stagger picked here. Very gone next.
Well, that's, you know, sometimes these are the things that happen. I hope that the pause of the technical difficulties were not the cause of it, and you just got to move on to third point. You can't have that mentality stuck at a second point.
They could actually touch this.
They could.
Decide to go with Nano Orisa. Will they? That is the question. Looks like they are going to touch.
Will they? They
Looks like
will
he forgot
not.
to fortify. And I think he just got AJ, to be honest. I think, yeah. Looking like a X-Blast Jack just appeared. An Ajax has appeared on the side of Old Dominion. I have to let this known. That was an Ajax, guys.
Will you explain to people
Ajax.
at home who don't know what an Ajax is?
If you aren't like me and have infinite knowledge, that guy got charged out of his beat. And I think the spectator thing has very glitched Lucio shots. Unless that guy has gotten a new bug fix for the game.
Well, it's unfortunate that we can't see the ult percentages to confirm your theory, but...
No, he just died. I heard the ult list break it down. Looks like we are beaming 2 full HP targets, too. This is just catastrophic on the side of Old Dominion. But we could get a pick on Reinhardt.
We do get the pick on
does, and we do use the work index long enough to get. We have overclock.
Index has not gone down yet. Copy slowly charging from the side of ODU, but they will C9 the point if no one gets on it. Adelot trying their hardest to stay on the point, stay alive, not in the round, sub barely 4 minutes. It looks like they will return the tides of this fight.
Looking like a cleanup.
Never mind.
We did just, unfortunately, Nano Jax, Orisa Jax, Sojourn Jax, and Ajax, and Copy Jax all at the same time. Just unfortunate, disgusting usage of ultimates on the side of Old Dominion, while Saint, JJ, and his team just ran all over them. Just an unfortunate showing here, how truly disgusting of a gameplay that I did just witnessed. But it's okay though, we can get it back on the next attack.
Void, I don't know if you know this. Well, you probably do.
I know everything.
So you know that this is an original quote, and you can quote me on this. We've never been a first map team. I think ODU is gonna be able to come back and
I hate to break
us.
it to you. This is actually the second map of the game.
Yeah.
This is the second round.
We've never been a first map team.
Yeah, this is the first. They have lost the first round basically by a wide margin. If I can read that correctly, that does look like 3 minutes and 43 seconds
Yes,
on the
that
clock
is
currently. That is great. Looking like we are running Pharah Mercy Orisa. That might just be a funny little swap. They might go for a first pick on shot. Will they actually decide to run a all-in comp here?
We see the switch to nope. We do not see the
We
switch
are having
to
some
Romansh.
random swaps here as the bit. Would comp actually stay on normal Orisa or not?
It does appear we are getting some mental degradation, it almost seems like, from the side of ODU. I don't...
Now, it might be from my presence or just from their actual mentals in generally, but they all might be mentally boomed at the moment.
My mental is...
Looks like we are running Widowmaker, but we're going to actually keep Widowmaker. Interesting shot. I think he will go get picked here in a second. Oh, he does live by the skin of his teeth.
Taken down.
Hasn't hit a shot yet, though.
Health.
Okay, number 4 is the lucky number. Maybe number 5. Maybe number 6. Let's hear for number 7. Okay, looking like we do get Saint JJ being bullied on the top. That is prime Orisa gameplay. I actually created that character through my influence. I decided to make the most disgusting character I could in Overwatch history, and I've been given Orisa.
Very, very good push there from ODU. See what I said? I think they're going to pull a surprise out from underneath the rug that they have been constantly pulling.
Yeah, looking like they are running far. I actually did not know they were running far. They
far.
are on a solo far comp with the Widowmaker with a solid, I think, passive 42 ult charge gain so far. Looking like their Widowmaker is playing cart. This is just a brand new Overwatch. In all my eons of living, I've never seen Overwatch played quite like this.
Bastion trying to get an angle on the high ground. If the Bastion just turns around, he's going to melt that Widowmaker. Widow goes down to
USM did take a funny little flank. Did they actually spawn camper? This is possible.
No.
No one did get picked besides Lucio on the side of USM. They can just flank this here. Pharah is on the off angle here. Will they get marked by Baptiste? They are on Genji now instead of Widowmaker.
TPing up to the Pharah, USM tries to push Index out of their backline, out of the off angle, not able to find the pick, and the Reinhardt from USM still on the point. Starkey finding the pick on Index, making it an early 4v3 or 4v5 for the side of USM. Lamp comes out, and Starkey takes it immediately down, as well as Adelot. Joka Joy trying to deflect the beam into USM's members, but will not find.
It's just an unfortunate showing from the side of Old Dominion. Will they realize they don't have to go out from left and take far right? Looking like A and
you're the all-knowing one. You tell me what's going on here.
I'm flabbergasted. I didn't even know that was an emotion I could find. It looks like they did get a pick on the Symmetra. There should be cleanup. They solo shadowed on Orisa.
Window comes out, Beat comes out, Pharah ultimate comes out.
That is every ultimate on the side of Old Dominion besides Beat. Actually, I think there was a Beat used there as
Beat
well.
was used there,
That
yes.
is all ultimates used from Old Dominion on their own spawn door.
But it got the job done, and that's all that matters
Oh,
now.
I did not notice they actually haven't used an ultimate on the side of Joka Joy yet. They are 7
Or Adelot.
blade, but they probably would have used them if they had them.
Adelot and Joka Joy being the only ones with ultimates now on the side of Old Dominion University. They're going to have to play this poke phase very smart and try to build some of that ultimate charge before they can really commit to a long team fight here.
Let's say the juxtaposition of our Genji on cart while there is an all-out World War trench battle going on in the front while Joka Joey is just chilling on that one side. Looking like saving Private Ryan, did just dive on that grenade, save no one but himself, and will be taken right back to the respawn room. Will we go with Orisa ult here? I don't think we should. It's looking like he might.
Smell it. I can smell it coming.
Watch the javelin though. Don't, never mind. No, don't look at that. But like, looking like a sim wall here. Actually, Orisa ult is pretty good against something like that.
Ooh, very nice Orisa ult. Will they get the window down? They do not. Will go down. 4v5 fight. USM still has their tank, but ODU will quickly go down. Are they going to try to C9 the point? And they're not going
Looking like a nope on the side of that. Our player is back from the grave. Just go right back to the respawn room. It's a-okay. We are coming back up on our ults that we did all just use in the spawn fight. We are coming up on. We already have Beat, I believe, and Window, and the Dragon Blade coming up for this next. While the enemy team did just use Simwall and Window. They will have Shatter. Actually, we'll be close to another Simwall, honestly.
Joka Joe going on the flank, looking for the good opportunity to use his blade. Spotted early, forced to back, and running away from that Lucio. Index taking down the lamp from USM. Windows matched on both sides, and Hazeline will find the first pick of the fight, taking down the bat from USM. But the slam finds It's Lion. X+X going down soon after. USM slowly turning the tide of the fight in their favor, and that is a very high charge sim with a lot of shield, and that will kind of secure the fight for USM again.
There was a pick on this. It was like Reinhardt is just far away to actually get the far there. They did get a pick on Lucio, but again, that doesn't really matter. They did end up trading windows, but the enemy team did have more ultimates to use and did use them before. Looks like we did make a swap onto Bastion. I didn't even know our Dragon Blade was used. I guess it was, however. That is an unfortunate pick there. Reinhardt on the flank doesn't actually have Shatter. Have our Pharah on the other side of the map here. Will they actually go with any ultimates? They're looking like a nope.
Beat comes out.
Symmetra should get erased for their impudence. They do not.
Symmetra does not go down.
Have another sim wall. Will they actually be able to play on the right side of the wall here, which is the better wall? Looking like we just sim walled. We just barraged a sim wall. That doesn't actually play with barrage, but it's gone. I don't know if that was from normal time or if he just broke it by shooting it, but it was an interesting fight, and they did end up clearing the second fight.
Sim should have died 38 times at the beginning of that fight, but it does not matter. ODU was able to clean it up there at the end.
Clean second point cap, solid.
35 seconds.
2 minutes to go. Won't have a better time bank here, but we still can run out the game, hopefully above 0 seconds. So we will have a chance to still fight in this one. Not over till it's over.
Oh, Void, that was the most wise thing I've heard you say all night.
I cannot say the same.
Okay.
It's a-okay. We have Bastion ult coming up. It should be on our next Orisa ult very shortly. About all we'll have left. but they will have a Shouter and a close to another Sim wall to go. And looks like Hayet's line did get erased from the map again.
I do believe the Ryan just got javelined out of his shatter. I forgot what you called that.
First Shatter.
Yeah.
It looks like we are just still in the poke phase, and we should be cleaning up these builds for a quick chance to win this.
USM has no tank. Well, tank coming back now for USM. ODU could have capitalized on the time that they did not have a tank, but regardless, they are still going to push forward into this fight with the window with multiple ults from ODU coming out. Lamp comes out, able to save Adelot from that Reinhardt, and it's looking like ODU's coming out on top of these trades here.
ODU is winning this fight.
ODU will win that fight, yes.
They do win this fight, but will they win the stall? They are down their Baptiste, the main heal here, while the enemy team will get another chance to touch this.
We do see the artillery ready to go from Joka Joey. Will we see it come out? Yes, we do. Beat comes out. Unfortunate
There will be
time.
definitely another touch from their tank coming in.
Very nice.
Good combo barrage, 2 kills on the side and the lamp down. This should just be
Very clean. Very clean there at the end.
Again, 1 minute to the 4 minutes and 19 seconds here. It's still anybody's game. While USM might have a better time bank, if they just get the 2 points, or they have a really good defense on one, it's basically the same amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, listen, time is just a concept. You of all people, well,
time is a diluting bit of ones and zeros who all don't matter. As you go as far as I have, and you have lived and has been giant as me, you realize time dilates around you. This could be my beginning or my end, but will this be the beginning or end for Old Dominion's chance at this map? The world may never know. I do, but you do not, so stay tuned.
Let's find out as we get into the prep phase here for these overtime rounds. I do believe that, yes, ODU will be attacking first. They're going to have to get some serious progress to give themselves some time, a sort of cushion to play with when it comes time for them to play defense. Joka Joey on the Sojourn, something we saw very little of
on defense
when
before
they were
they did
playing
swap to
defense.
Echo. Will they actually hit a rogue? They are going to be going Bastion here for the actual touch. Will they keep the solo Pharah that helped last time? Who knows? They are running the exact same comp, I believe. I did not see the enemy team. They might still have the Pharah on the engagement, but the enemy team does have Sim Bastion.
Sim Bastion Reinhardt comp. They're going to have to get a pick and make it soon if they want to get on the point with time to spare and push it just a bit. No picks coming out. ODU trying to speed in. Good javelin on the Reinhardt of USM. Reinhardt kind of split from the rest of the team, but Starkey will go down, or will take down X+X. Index finding another pick on the Symmetra. Very, very important pick there, and Reinhardt will go down on the side of USM. ODU will win this fight if they are able to play their cards right and clean it up. It looks like the rest of USM is going to be backing up and be slowly staggered while they're at it. ODU pressing forward to the library. Adelot trying to get as much space as possible to maybe push that cart an extra meter or two, because that can make all of the difference.
Well, we did end up using Lamp. If USM is smart here, hopefully we don't see 9, that'd be hilarious, but if USM is smart, as they will try to take this fight under the arch. It looks like they are doing this again. They are going to be taking this spawn fight again here. But will they be able to do it in time? This is a pretty bad angle from their Reinhardt to have dropped so quickly. This is really bad from the side of USM. They did end up dropping as a solo unit here instead of dropping as a team, and they did end up getting punished for it.
Very well played, very well read from the side of
this is still a chance to lose this fight from the side of Old Dominion. They did lose their Baptiste and Pharah, and there goes their own Bastion, but the Reinhardt is dead. They can't just live this.
ODU trying their hardest to stay alive right now from that Bastion on high ground. Very nice spear there from Adelot, taking the Bastion out of sight line.
There is just a spawn advantage there, thankfully. ODU Minion does play that slow, and they do end up winning for it. They almost lost that, but anyway, they will have every ultimate here. I don't think they used up anything. They're on the Tracer instead of the Pharah here. Good stagger on their Bastion here. It's like around a 20-second respawn, I believe. All that's good. Let's hope we don't C9 this. I don't think anybody is still on the back line of USM that is hiding right now, but they could always just get off the cart.
Lots of ults coming out still here in the overtime of this round. Very, very well played here so far from ODU. They just they might be able to take it all the way if they play their cards right. Window comes out from the side of ODU, not finding a pick yet, but slowly pushing USM back, splitting the Reinhardt up from his back line, getting some good positioning going. Orisa ult comes out. Will it find much? Beat comes out on the side of USM. Beat comes out as well on the side of ODU. No picks yet. Shatter comes out. Jokajoy trying to find a pick.
So it does go down, and
Reflex goes down as well.
They do have the tank advantage.
It is a 4v4 fight with the tank advantage being on the side of USM. If they could just kill that Reinhardt, Jokajoy going down to the hands of said Reinhardt.
Clean up on the side of USM. But they do get the Baptiste, but there still is the Bap Reinhardt versus that is really nothing outside of ODU.
ODU grasping for dear life, trying to touch the point as much as possible while they wait for the rest of their team to get back and help them. Simwall coming out, not helping Index at all, but yep, that will be it.
That was not too bad. They had a lot of close fights. Again, their Orisa does just get shattered again. I believe that either this Orisa is just not tracking their Reinhardt shatter, that the Reinhardt is just being so patient with it, waiting for them to use their Fortify and Javelin. Either way, I've seen it happen like around 5 or 6 times. It's just a thing you normally don't see an Orisa on the shatter while their whole team is alive. They just get solo shattered. It's just a thing that really shouldn't happen in most games of Overwatch if you're actively tracking the cooldown. But it is still a chance on the side of Old Minion to win. 4 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock. If they get a really good defense here on first point, they should really have a good chance of winning this.
They really need to just hold out that first fight and keep winning those first fights and that second fight at first point as long as possible, because the second they lose that first fight and they lose control of that first point, it's a ticking clock. USM has nowhere to go but forward, and there's no tick resetting. They just have to keep pushing and pushing slowly to that.
If you look at the side of where the card actually did end up happening, if they end up losing this first point really early, they will actually have they should have 2 fights on second point if they can manage to get a respawn and hold Arch. But if they end up staggering, they will only really have 1 fight on both points to have this happen. So they naturally have to win around like 10 or 12 fights by themselves, or they could stagger and win a couple as long as they have the chance here. They really have a comp to hold this. Looks like the enemy team is running Sim Bastion again. They just have the real issue of getting walked on here with Sim turrets and Bastion turret here.
Same comp from both teams, taking down the TP to high ground very early. ODU taking a lot of angles here at the beginning of this fight. Looks like it's going to pay off well as Adelot drops on the backline of USM. Brian trying to peel back and help its backline. Reflex will go down. Very important pick to get that Sim down early. And ODU will take position control, push them back to choke, but Adelot playing a dangerous game.
Really dangerous. Doesn't know about that old Fortify chain. Didn't even have Fortify up, actually. He was just brazing it in there. We had to use Lamp on the side of that. Here's the thing about this. Old Dominion does have the Pharah without a Mercy. You think that'd be really weird, but in the enemy team comp here, you can just shoot for free, really. Reinhardt is on the offing over. That's just all the space they made. They had their whole team turn for it, and they get up getting 2 picks from it there. If Pharah tries to shoot their Reinhardt, doesn't realize the Bastion's already taking an angle on him, and gets to free their turret right here.
Baseline needs to die soon if they are going to have a chance of getting 2 of the fights on the second point here, or possibly even stalling that
solid
first point
minute
out.
Off first point here. 3 minutes to go. Remember, there's no time added to the clock in third point or fourth round here as we are at. If we hold under Arch here, we will get 2 fights. But again, if we stagger on this point, it'll be really hard to get a clean fight for a second. We are holding Arch here. We do have a Pharah on the off angle here. We can actually hold this, but the enemy team has a better chance of spamming through Arch than we do at the moment.
Adelot taking that position just past the archway is a very bold and very risky decision, as USM is running that Reinhardt. And if they decide to just move in onto that Orisa's position, they're going to ODU's going to have to react very quickly. Shatter comes out. Window comes out.
Bastion will be going down. Baptiste, we have a counter window coming out as well. We'll just have a good. We actually have a really good chance of winning this. Symmetra is taken down.
Very nice.
Orisa does need to get ult there. They need to stagger. They need to live a tiny bit more. They need to back up a tiny bit. They can still win this. Wow, but both the supports are shielding on the side of Old Dominion. Yeah, this is what I mean by a stagger fight here. The Orisa is dying so late. He's deciding to try to back up here. That's 3 down. If they push this Orisa and kill him right now, Old Dominion won't really have a good chance of winning this fight at all. They are coming back with the Orisa Bastion combo. They will have this fight coming in. They're all pushing one, but they're holding space here. We did use turret early on this side. I think the enemy team did as well. We will have beat, we will have artillery, and we will have a Orisa ult, but the enemy team will have all those ults as well. They don't have the shatter and they don't have the window, but they will have the beat.
1 minute 40 seconds left to go and only a few meters to hold us.
Really
three
good pick combo
picks.
from them.
3 picks.
But they come back with their own. They pick out their Bastion, BAP, and Orisa, and that's the side of USM does capture that. Just truly unfortunate. Every single trade, just USM fights back with their own and just takes it back. Just a 3-3 on each. That's my own thing here, as I must say. That angered me. Everything around me right now is just completely destroyed and crippled. Yeah, we'll have the third round here. It is a best of 5 coming up very, very shortly.
I said get out. I said don't do that. I said don't do that anymore.
Your mind is feeble. Will succumb shortly. Speaking of feeble and disgusting activities, what do you think ODU, Old Dominion University, did wrong that fight?
They didn't submit to the will of the darkness. And they
didn't really walk into the will of the darkness. They had the Cleaves with it, they had the Orisa, they had the BAP, they had the Lucio, they had the Bastion. They were just missing the Symmetra wall or the little spam they needed. They had the Tracer and Pharah, which are good poke, but they can't really sustain the brawl at all against the enemy team. It just had a matter of just every time their Reinhardt got to do whatever he wants, they don't really have the damage to mark him in time. They try to mark him, they all turn, and the enemy team uses that as a pincer and immediately just runs them over. And Old Dominion really wasn't deciding. They had no idea how to really counter against that, and they just got rolled.
Yeah, target acquisition and target focus was a big problem in that match. A lot of times, like you said, they would just run into ODU and they'd look at the sim, and then they'd decide they don't want to take down the sim.
It is good to know here, though. This is on the new patch. Not a lot of changes, but there was that 10% damage reduction from Fortify, which doesn't really add up. And on these comps where it's all sustaining and all this, it does add up after a while there, especially in the Reinhardt sim mirror where that sim is just full-on beaming your Orisa. Your Orisa can't do anything about it. If they're behind the shield, your Orisa's really just at their mercy. And they have the Bastion, too, to mark them in. Looks like we are going into a map 3 coming very, very shortly, I believe.
We will take a short break. Oh,
not now. We are on Flashpoint Servasa. This is the Junker Queen comp coming in. I actually did create this mode as well. I was the original creator. I influenced the minds of Overwatch to make 2CP. They eventually did come out from the darkness and got rid of that mode, but I did make them come back with Flashpoint. Let's see how this goes. They didn't actually pick up my favorite map I've ever created, New Junk City, but they are on the second worst Servasa. Let's see how they walk this here.
The manifestation of evil created this mode.
Disgusting and true. They are on Junker Queen, Kiriko, Lucio, Tracer. This is their comp. This is all it really matters. This is just kind of a comp you just run around on and just run them over.
Well, hopefully we will see that this map. As Jokajoey types in chat, her eyes. Not really sure what that means, but
it has come to my attention that all of the Overwatch members don't have working keyboards. That is unfortunate.
That may be a common theme that we see reoccurring here over these maps. Maybe their keyboards are not working, and that's why we see so many typos in words and in gameplay. But Jokajoey trying to get an early look at the back.
Looks like the enemy team is running the same Bastion, Sim, BAP, Lucio comp.
It's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, all they have to do really is just fuck it. Looks like they've gone in all midi. They are running on the Sim.
Very good target acquisition, just like we said they needed to work on, but the sustain.
But here's the folly of that. They have the running potential, but they can't really live a Bastion turret plus Sim to the side of random mode. It just takes so much victory around it. They can bait out the Reinhardt. Not the Reinhardt. They can bait out the Bastion turret and going after it. It's kind of insane. They don't have the freest way to walk in. Reinhardt is kind of inting his brains out, but Argendy does not have dash. He's one that's actually dying to him, unfortunately. Was a pretty interesting play there. We are getting staggered. I don't know if our Junker Queen is going to try to fight this, but yeah, just an engagement happens there. They just engage on the BAP. They try to go on the Symmetra there. That's what they're thinking, but they just have the Bastion, the sustain, and the swinging from Reinhardt that just kind of beats them down. They don't. You think they have a lot of sustain here, but they really just have Kiriko Lucio. It's kind of low heals on the side of Old Dominion here, especially into their comp.
Not a lot of sustain compared to the last match that they're playing. Like they still have that. They are running onto targets more and more. They're Joey jumping onto that BAP east, but still facing the Bastion on the side of the USM head on. Starks taking down from the side of ODU. Like you said, they're just constantly running into the face of this Bastion. And if it's not the Bastion that they're going to go after, it's the Sin. And, you know, one helps the other. They're having a hard time coping with how to deal with both of those, you know,
it's just the nature of Flashpoint. They just kind of enter their brains out for 2 fights, and the point's already gone. Anything here is just more of a stagger now. I'd recommend just getting out at this point, because it looks like they are trying to fight this. Adelot is back, but we'll be going down very shortly again.
Index taking down Bastion on the side of USM with his ultimate pulse bomb. St. JJ taking down Index soon after that. And ODU has still stalled the point here somehow. Not sure how they managed to keep it.
They do end up investing deep, but it's a tiny bit late. Oh, they end up getting deep from the side of USM as well, but they will just lose this fight. USM ended up using a jank ton of ults there as well. They ended up using wall, beat. I think they used window earlier in the fight too. They only have really now is just what other DPS. They just have Bastion ult. They've used everything else, but the enemy team, along with ODU, does have no ults as well. I think all they have is close to Rampage, and that's about it. They have used everything else this fight, and it looks like USM does get point advantage first.
Not great. Not what you want to see after seeing how ODU tried to play those retakes. You don't want to see USM get to the point before even unlocks, because that's going to give ODU a world of trouble. They can't figure out how to actually coordinate a push into their team. It looks like they're going to go for another one, but the Sin turret's staring Junker Queen back into the backline of ODU, trying to set up the hole.
But does die for it. Yeah, it looks like it is a split on their team.
2 picks versus 2 picks, making it a pretty even fight. Joey staying alive, but just barely though, going down eventually to Mimic, and it is a 2v3.
Yeah, but as that fight goes on, they have the Baptiste into Metro. The Sim is just fully beaming this entire time. It actually is pretty close on the side of Ultimate. They have staggered this out a little bit, end up whipping the pulse bomb. Actually does not with the pulse bomb. Metro does private dry in it and does die for it. Actually a fight won by Old Dominion by the skin of their teeth. Kiriko and Tracer marking it out for the team there.
Very, very well played, very well cleaned up, I should say, from the side of ODU. Index and Kiriko on the side of ODU, they just kind of were able to hold their own until the rest of ODU got there before USM did.
It's insanely crucial how much Old Dominion needs to win these first fights here. If they ever lose these first fights, they are basically running themselves into a Reinhardt. Honestly, just 2 down from Shatter, but a insane move from X-Blast. Will it be enough? I do not believe.
The tank presence being gone from the side of USM is a benefit for ODU, but Starkey says, I don't care about the tank. We've got 2 more members of ODU cleaning up the fight. He's just playing a point-and-click game at this point.
Here's the big thing. Old Dominion's retake on against that enemy comp is just insanely tough and difficult. They can use their shout, but if they don't get out the right cooldowns first, they have to take out all the resources. They're just walking to Sim Bastion, Bap Reinhardt. They can try to shout into it, but they'll just get kind of ran over a little bit themselves. They can live through the actual initial brawl and have a better brawl overall. They are just running. They have the Kitsune here. They have the shout, but Joey is taken out early first. They can live this. They can just poke this tiny bit, try to get ults, because they do actually have 1 more fight left. But will they try to engage us, or will they just fully back out?
I think the smart play is to kind of try to poke.
Yeah, they are just poking right now. Tracer isn't getting marked out because they are just having a presence there. Joey will be back very shortly. He is back. There will be 1 fight left on either team here. If they can manage to get a flip here, this can be 1 fight left for Old Dominion, but they will have a guaranteed 2 if
window in the game. Both teams ultimately commit into this fight. Axe did not come off onto Bastion. Not able to get that.
Looking like a beat versus 2v5 going in currently. A current 2v5 beat does come out. Very, very bad to see right now. Like they are just getting staggered. I would have just, that is just no support ults or pulse or artillery on the side of Old Dominion. They only have Rampage coming out shortly. There's only 60 of that.
Did not want to see
this
that.
This is not what you want to see. Enemy team, they will have point advantage now, but will they actually be able to get there in time? They're extremely staggered.
Yeah, did not want to split as well too.
Yeah, they kind of just have nothing to work with. Enemy team will have Shatter and their own artillery ult coming up very shortly, and a sim wall, I believe, versus Old Dominion 0 currently. If they let USM get this point for free, or they lose this first fight, it's going to be a real trouble for ODU to actually try to win this. They get any turret set up, they get their charge set. But that is a pick on this match. That is exactly what you need. An unfortunate waste axe, but the Baptiste should be going down very shortly.
Lance comes out, saving the Reinhardt and Baptiste just for a moment, though, as Baptiste goes down to Index in the back line.
Oh, but
Pin
he does get
comes
an
out.
insane pin. This Reinhardt is just magnetizing, grab to every fight. That is not what you want to see. They do get that initial point gap. Starkey does blow himself up with his own grenade. This is kind of marginal here, but USM will have the better spawn advantage here. They did lose their Baptiste earlier. They will have a better retake than before. I think the person coming back latest will be the Baptiste and the it was the Kiriko and the Lucio who were taken out, not the Kiriko. The Junker Queen and the Junker Queen and the Lucio taken out.
There you go.
Yeah, split on my words. Little eons of time does it to you.
Eons of
This is a
spaghetti.
very bad fight to take for Old Dominion side. They just kind of run into a Reinhardt swing as Kiriko Lucio, just giving 3 swings here. Will Index lose the 1v1 versus Lucio? Looking like he is just getting healed. They have the anti on them both. Will that be enough?
Is gone.
It should
2
be enough
members
here.
of
Shout,
USM.
will they clear the Reinhardt? They do.
That was nice to see.
Insane. That's very, very good for Old Dominion side.
Very nice to see.
This should be a 1 round for Old Dominion, but it all depends on where the next flashpoint is. If USM has a better flashpoint, they can get their angles set up here. They will spawn in time to get there. If they get their sim turret set up or they get their turret set up at all, and they get a crucial early pick, it's just going to be curtains for Old Dominion, to be honest.
Oh. It looks like ODU is going to be able to get to the point before USM based on where they were just poking each other. Yes, I
Kind of a bad point for the Junker Queen comp on this side, though. They have to take the high ground here if they want to actually get these characters off. That Bastion or that Baptiste just sits there where your team can't really mark him unless your JQ gets a good knife. It's just going to be insanely tough for Old Dominion. Looks like they are taking the wrong angle to go, but they do get the BAP on the BAP. They do get the knife on the Baptiste. Lamp is used early. They won't be able to get the pick. Reinhardt is going in with his own shatter, or not. Decided to just charge him, but does pick the Kiriko again. That is down 2 again for the side of Old Dominion. This Kiriko has just been ran into every fight and just murdered with Hirsuzu and both online. Another Blast Jacks! Another Blast Jacks on the side of Old Dominion. Another Blast Jacks coming in. Another point. 2 points in the middle. That is just something you really don't want to see on this point here. They lost the first fight. Another Blast Jacks comes in. Another beat lost. Completely detrimental on the side of Old Dominion. I'm a complete bridge of horrors, and I still feel bad about that. That was just disgusting to look at.
The amalgamation of all things bad and evil is crazy at what just happened.
That's how you know it's bad. We do get a pick. We actually do get 2 picks here. We don't get the flip, but we have an actual engagement here. We get shattered. Kiriko is down again. Make that 55 times with
2
Reinhardt.
picks with the pulse
the 2
bomb
picks with pulse
Index.
bomb coming in.
Make that 3 as he finishes off.
But
Mannequin.
how many ults does Old Dominion do have on this side now? I think they only have Rampage and Kitsune coming in very shortly, but will that be enough? They have Rampage. Do they have the Kitsune? I can't actually tell because of our ult charge currently. 12% to Kitsune, looking like it's going to be a Rampage-only fight win. Enemy team will have Shatter and their beat coming back very shortly. We'll have a window coming up soon as well. Look, they are going high ground. Look how split ODU is on this point. They only have their Junker Queen on height. No one's going to really be able to mark this JQ. No one's going to be able to combo with this Rampage coming out very shortly. If they can't even get a Rampage out, they just have their turret out. They are split on the entire side of point. Kiriko down again. Make that 95 times to the Reinhardt. Oh my god, it's just magnetized. Make that 2. We didn't even Rampage. Oh, but Baptiste is dead. Will that really be enough? They have 2 fights.
2v4
They can win this fight as long as Index does kill 5. Looking like that will not happen. Xbox down on the ground, dead extremely late. He's not even going to be able to get there in time. Index dead really late too. They're going to have a very split engage here.
They're going to have to engage before the rest of their team gets back from the point, and that is not what you want to do,
I
especially
did pick the Baptiste. Okay, they all do manage to get there. Tracer will be late, but the Lucio will be back in time. That was like an angle here. They are split again. Rampage is with the Lucio. Lucio does go in. How many did he hit with that? I don't think he hit anyone. Jokojo is taken out early, and they C9. Candid Old Dominion C9 coming in. Forget to touch the point. Make that an 0-3 and a 6th loss for Old Dominion on the side of NACE. That is completely what I came to see. I feel rejuvenated. My presence is completely back. I feel completely destroyed. And that's all I wanted to be when I came here. This spot is a very good spot for the Witching Hour. Many ghouls and goblins appear here. And I think we just saw a ghoul come out with the side of Old Dominion. So many ghostly and ghastly plays might be on them. And all this really involved in a 0-3 engagement on the side of Old Dominion. That is just... That's what you want to see if you're in an unending void of darkness. But if as a normal player or a mortal, I'd be sad. I'd be crying what I just witnessed played there.
I know nothing
Completely
but
just
darkness.
disgusting.
assumed all I know.
Yeah, this is looking like a 0-6, or 5, or 7. It's hard to keep count even as an unemployed of all.
0,
0-0. Well, that is a very curious bit. That's all the time we have currently left. We'll be back in 30 minutes. I won't, but my complete other caster here will be here in 30 minutes for the MAEC match versus GMU. Apparently rivals of Old Dominion. We'll be having a short break. Well, not really short, pretty long break, 30 minutes while we wait for that match to start. Don't go anywhere. The Void might be gone. Might be going to Kant another day, but I'll always be in there for your dreams and all. See y'all then.
Oh.
What
we,
is up?
We really are just
Old
going in.
Dominion. We are currently back. Currently here. Looking like GMU versus Old Dominion University has appeared on Eco Point, Antarctica.
So, I'm joined again. Well, not again, but again.
Yeah.
My caster has finally made it to the
Yeah,
studio.
was pretty late, kind of overslept, had to make the drive here. 2-hour drive from Cambodia is pretty bad, but I made it here in time to cast this rival game from ODU Dominion versus GMU. This is just a match for the century. This is a long fought feud here. I just can't wait to actually look at Old Dominion's doing the Sombra Tracer. Joker Joey on the new reworked Sombra. I don't think he knows it's even reworked. I don't think he knows what like patch he's on anymore. Orisa, both teams are running. Actually, looks like ODU is the only team running Orisa Bab Lucio. Enemy team is running Bab Lucio Sigma May Bastion. Interesting. Will there be a boop here?
Oh, so
hey, there was a
boop,
but was not from the side of Lucio. Looking like the map did get paused. We'd have an opening pick here from Adelot. Stabbed Misa. Rush B.
Sombra's
by
banned.
himself. Sombra's banned, guys. Sombra's banned. Looking like
Sombra's
Old Dominion
banned
is going to
in
get perma-banned from the game right now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I didn't even have time to change, guys. Like, I'm like, I didn't have any time to change. My hair is all messed up. It's a natural disaster here.
Well, you missed a lot.
What did I miss?
I had a co-caster. I hired him off of Fiverr. I thought he would be fine. Turns out it was the Eternal Void manifestation.
That's like pretty bad scam that happens there a lot, actually.
Yeah, he was the manifestation of darkness and all things evil, and he spoke to me in your voice. It was
really.
It was.
That's interesting.
In my
I've
head.
actually read like Eldritch tests there that it tries to do the voice of the person you're most trusted and like attracted to. It's really weird. So you might.
Well, okay, no, he wasn't doing your voice. He was not doing your voice then. He was doing.
Oh, okay.
He
was
was
making sure we're clear there.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's a-okay, guys. Looking like we are currently doing a pause. Old Dominion didn't know Sombra was actually banned. No reading there, guys. Nothing there. All hollow. But like, it's a-okay. We'll be back. I don't know if the match is going to be restarted. Maybe Sombra might just jump off the map. I'm gonna assume they're gonna restart the map. Looking like they did.
Yes.
Looking like a different point. I actually think this one's called sub-level. And Old Dominion is apologizing profusely because they are very afraid of being disqualified from the team they are currently undefeated in.
Skins are on.
Guys, now we run it, then erase codes and do them with screenshots of their Sombra. Good idea, good idea. Oops, wrong chat. 50 million spaces. Looking like skins are on now. This is a very rulebook chance whoever matches lobby leader.
Kill cams are also on.
Goofy oofy. Unfortunate. Looking like both teams are running about the same exact comp. Looks like we have an Echo instead of the Sombra for sub-level. I actually don't really know about the Echo here. Kind of very tough, especially in the angle they're taking. No flight used at all. You just have a junk or a Bastion there instead. It'd be a lot better.
Looks like they were able to get the May wall out early. Not a lot of
line
value,
just
but
right.
Ivings will take down Hate's line early on into the fight, leaving ODU without their main support. Not a good position to be in for ODU as GMU keeps pushing onto that high ground, forcing ODU to drop down. Adelot will go down as a cause of it, as well as Index, but X-Blast gets the kill on Ivings. It's just not enough.
Yeah, just like they did make an infinite. They did make a pretty bad play there, but the BAP just getting picked so early is just so detrimental for Old Dominion. Just you need that sustain, especially into their comp. Their Sigma's probably one of the best tanks. Not like that player, but like the character he's on is one of the best tanks in the game right now.
Yeah, had to clarify that.
Yeah, that's had to be clarified. That guy is like pretty decent, but not too good. So like it's not too bad here. Okay, looking like enemy team did make a swap to May, I think, over make a swap to Genji over May. Pretty interesting. Both hands is used. Fortify is using the side of Old Dominion. Still has Rock. Team shouldn't die. Pretty insane off angle from Old Dominion right now. Tracer, Lucio, Echo on the back line. Adelot does go down, but they should win this fight by themselves. Looking like Lucio to get the pick on Hey, it's Lion. It's anybody's game. Can they shoot the Sigma? It's a couple of shots. There we go. Nice. Good job. Good job. Genji, Lucio still in the fight. Can they get a pick here? They have to be a little bit sustained here. Genji does int his brains out. We missed the boop. This should be a melee here. Missed the melee too. Unfortunate. Doesn't have a good throwing arm, I guess. It's okay. We should get this flip here. Lucio can die. Looking like Adelot's laying suppressive fire on top life, apparently. That or he's like shooting his own demons. I think the Void from earlier might have been making a little bit of hallucinations. Good to see that guy did leave before I got here, though.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this new update added a suppression mechanic where if you fire in the general proximity of an enemy, it'll
It does shake their camera a lot, actually. It's pretty funny. Copy was forcefully used on the side of Old Dominion. Genji copy. Looking like Sigma is placed in here. They can't go on the Bastion here. There's a little split. Their Baptiste is really split right now. But it looks like Jokochoy does get out of his copy. Beat is used on the side of GMU. But I think Jokochoy almost just killed himself through that. That was pretty interesting. Sigma does get the pick through Ricochet. Baptiste can still die. This is an insane right click from Old Dominion. Only picks 2 somehow. But that's all they really need. Sigma and Genji still alive, but Old Dominion still does have their Tracer Lucio. It all depends on them actually playing this fight correctly. Looking like this fight is played completely wrong. It does get the pick on Sigma though, however, it's just the Genji left. Does get the pick. Thought Index was about to die to the sticky somehow, but I remember that is on the Echo side. There is no friendly fire in this game yet.
The day they add friendly fire will change Overwatch
About the
forever.
day they add fall damage as well, but that's A-okay. Looking like Tracer on the far off angle here. On the side of Old Dominion, we only have a window. Look at the side of GMU. They have the Flux and Artillery. There should be a free Flux on the side of GMU unless he gets speared out of it. We have really nothing for it. Baptiste really, really low. Looks like Old Dominion has made a mockery of going and running their Baptiste over. I've got some insider information that Old Dominion is like, we're going to run on the Baptiste 24/7 here because their Baptiste doesn't have eyes apparently. Looking like they do get the pick. Flux, I think he brooded the Flux. Oh, not what you want to see on the side of GMU if you are a GMU fan here. Looking like Old Dominion has the ult advantage just from Pulse Bomb. GMU has actually nothing. Have a swap to Kiriko, actual swap to Tracer, and Monkey.
Swap to Winston?
Will this be enough? It looks like Hey It's Lion kind of emptying their brains out right now. Forced to use Lamb and will go down very, very shortly. Unfortunately, now we want to see Jokojoy does trade it back though, but they don't have the main support here.
Overtime, last fight territory if ODU manages.
Xbox does die too. Well, Lucio can die. I think Jokojoy will die next. Pretty goofy little fly there. Index does end up getting the pick on Monkey. Has his recall. Can Index solo carry this fight with Adelot on the side here? This is just Orisa, but no cooldowns. Index does get the 3rd pick.
Very nice.
Insane damage to get off at the last bit while your life is there. It looks like Jokojoy, not Jokojoy. Index can't get this down by himself. Does
staying alive. Very
we
well
do see a
played.
Blade Jax, unfortunately, from the side of Old Dominion. And looks like Lucio is down as well. Good actual first fight taken. First round taken by Old Dominion here on the side here. Pretty good.
Very
what you want to
strong
see.
opening round against GMU, a former powerhouse in the MAEC division. Both teams kind of...
Yeah, this is a fall from grace from both teams, but they are fighting in the slums right now. Both teams fighting with pots and pans, sticks on the ground, little spears made out of shivs, broken pots, little plates, dirt, the worms inside of the dirt, all that.
Sand.
Everything's being thrown on both teams. They're neck and neck fight. Looking like Old Dominion is going back to the same comp. No Sombra this time. They have realized that character is not allowed. GMU is looking to run the exact same comp.
Looks like we're getting the all caps text from Matthew. We may smell a little bit of tilt here earlier. A little bit of drama from last season. He was actually kicked off the GMU team for toxicity.
I got the insider information, not to do any leaked gossip. It looks like GMU thought he was a worse team than the other tank and kicked him out from the game. Looking like they have rescinded this sentence though. And let's see if it works. Jokojoy is off the map. I think he forgot he has a glide and flight button. Unfortunate. Index and Hey It's Lion follow suit. Unlucky. X-Boss might not be able to do anything here. It looks like he is giving up as he normally does. Heard there was a couple Ajax a couple games ago. Unfortunate. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. And he's off the map because he can't wall right there. That looks like 2 environmentals on the side of Old Dominion with characters that can actually, get on the flight here.
And both caused by themselves. No outside damage
Pretty
received.
goofy, honestly. I have to admit that is... Didn't expect to see that. But look like both teams have found the exact same amount of ults. Looking like they can't actually win this. All they have to do is really force out the resources first and walk in. X-Boss comes in just to die again. Save it, Pry Ryan jumps on that grenade, doesn't save anybody except his own life taken down. They actually have a lot better poke and spam on the side of GMU here as they just have that Bastion, May, and Sigma. Well, you just have Old Dominions, Orisa, and Echo to shoot. Lucio's dead early. Baptiste is poking as hard as he can, missing every shot. Cryo Freeze is taken out on the side of GMU. Will it matter? Who knows? Really bad recall from the side of Old Dominion. Does forget to get that health back. Will he be taken down for it? He is. Unfortunate misplay there, but they actually have point presence. They forgot to give it up. They might get the flip here, but they are a little bit too late. They could have actually gotten the flip there if they decided to stay point. Unfortunate. Old Dominion does end up using no ults. The GMU does have to use window, and that's about it.
Yep, going into this next fight, we're going to have Pulse Bomb. Probably copy as well as beat. ODU's pretty much
Ultimate is coming up with 5 ults here. They won't really be able to get them before GMU has the fight here. They will have to engage with an ultimate they already have, which is the window pulse bomb. I don't know if they engage with the Orisa ult here, but if they can get a nice pulse bomb, force lamp, or they could just maybe get a pick on this Lucio before he even has a chance to beat, this would be insane. Looks like a Bastion ult comes out first. I think he whipped most of it. I think Adalot might go down. He actually forgets his fortify as a button again. I've apparently heard that happen a lot last map. Misses the javelin, unfortunately. Looks like X-Boss did not get flugs. They didn't have beat in time for the flugs. Bap is taken down, unfortunately. No other ult should be taken here. Looks like Adalot did not get the memo, however. Does pick 2 at the last bit somehow. They unironically could win this. X-Boss is dead to a grenade again.
X-Boss trying to beat.
I didn't even look at the time, but that was their fight to win. They used everything except that window. Bap just taken out so early. Completely unfortunate. That is a 1-to-1 neck-and-neck side of GMU. Looks like Old Dominion did not win on the sides of pots and pans and dirt. I think the dirt had a little bit more rocks on the side of GMU before.
GMU had some pocket sand they threw in the eyes of ODU while they were
blinding their supports to die early every single fight.
Storm.
It's a-okay though. We have this next map in the bag. I don't remember which one this is. It's not the ship or sub-level, so it's the other one. That's the one with little far range here.
Yes.
Gonna be a little bit better for Sigma on this map compared to the Orisa comp. So they just manage to take angles here and manage to take that. They have to just close distance here, honestly. They close the distance on the Sigma. They can lift through rock. They go on their Baptiste. Apparently, what Old Dominion has declared as the weak link of GMU, they have decided to go on that. Looking like they have swapped the Tracer instead of the Echo. Tracer Genji instead, my mistake. Lucio, Baptiste, Orisa versus the exact same comp on the side of GMU. Yeah, this is a kind of fight where you want to have your Genji and Tracer set up on different angles and just start of like crossing will go on your on that Baptiste. They have the spin here. Lamp is taken out extremely early from the side of Old Dominion. I think Adalot will be going down for that misplay too. That is completely unfortunate. They just didn't have enough time to take angles. Their Baptiste just panic lamped a little bit. Adalot's kind of like using his cooldowns the wrong way. You kind of want to use your spin first, then your jab, then your fortify, because your fortify is your longest cooldown.
Right.
And that doesn't actually go on cooldown anymore. That has its entire cooldown taken. There's a 16-second now, but it will take the entire bit here. It looks like they will win first fight. Pretty bad for the side of Old Dominion into their comp. They just have the better poke here. X-Boss and Joka Joey and Index should all be trying to set up angles here. None of them should really be playing main. If they want to set up, they can force this turret out. They can go on the BAP or the Bastion here. Looks like Index is taken out extremely early. Really bad staggers on the side of Old Dominion here. Really mismanaged. Fortify is taken out. I've just noticed this is completely sad. All these ultimates that actually can be blocked with Fortify are just used too late. Just takes them head on. That's another clean fight for GMU.
Not looking good on the side of ODU in ult economy, as well as, just percentage of the point. We're nearing 50%, and it's taken this entire time. I don't think we've gotten a single ult yet from the side of ODU.
Yeah, this is going to be the ult fight for both teams. Old Dominion will just have close to all ult, but Old GMU already has their window of Bastion coming up. They have engaged with the window. Pretty bad window, if I'm going to be completely honest, but will they be able to get something out of it? Looking like they did. Joka Joey did just turn the corner and be shredded into Swiss cheese. That's both Glass and Joka Joey down extremely early again for the side of Old Dominion. Again, not what you want to see when you have 70% on the board. They've just now gotten their first ultimate of this round, and it might be a little too late. They actually have a force point. They're getting the ball to back up. That's actually a really good play from the side of Old Dominion Tracer there, Index. They all backed up. They have the window pushing out. Pretty extremely good wall. We take too long to eat the mail. We have Fortify here. I don't think anybody got frozen. Actually, it looks like both supports got frozen on the side of Old Dominion. That is not what you want to see again. Orisa ult, panic Orisa ult is in there again. Can we beat? Beat comes out for the blade. Classic, just complete counters that every single ult used on the side of
ODU needed to use everything there.
And they didn't even end up using all ults on the side of GMU. GMU still has their Bastion ult for the reserve that they end up using. I don't think they need to. They might just blow themselves up with it if they could. Honestly, yeah, that's just a complete two fights down from the side of Old Dominion. Just complete waste of ults and complete staggers on the side of that.
What we saw is that they're capable. What we saw is that they're capable of beating GMU.
Yeah, this is just going to be completely neck and neck, though. That's the complete issue here. It's going to be entirely neck and neck. If they can't manage to win this fight, they have to win that first fight. They have to take the little bits of angles. They have to make sure the Sigma can't just poke at them for free. They don't have the MAEC, so they can't really, section off any of them, but it's just a matter of cooldown usage. Old Dominion is warmed up already, you'd think, from those 3 beatings they took last map, but you think they'd be warmed up. It looks like they were for that first map, and they just kind of lost it again. It was weird.
USM kind of took the meat tenderizer and just
Yeah, a little
for
bit
3
right there. I don't know.
straight
I don't know if
maps.
the casters heard that, but that was
It-
pretty loud, man. Pretty broken
Did that a
chicken
little
dinner.
too
A little
hard.
too hard. I think my caster actually broke his hand.
Just too strong.
Unfortunately, there. It looks like we'll be going into a hybrid map next. Will ODU stay undefeated? They're down 1 map. They were down 1 map last time too. It was 3-1 last time. Maybe they could do it again. Old Dominion just has to get their stuff together, or this might just be a 0-3 set for both maps, and I don't think anybody wants to see that. Maybe one person does, but that person doesn't count as a person, so it's okay. We'll catch you with a short break. We'll be back with the next map very, very shortly. And we are back with map. Jesus. Okie
Sorry.
doke. My
Sorry.
bad. Mic
Scared
check,
me.
unfortunately.
Scared me.
Okay, it looks like we are on the patented scrims row here. I'm making the index cipher from Matthew. Some pretty big banter coming out from the side of GMU and ODU. That's what you expect, honestly,
Oh,
but
God.
it's
What are
okay.
we reading? Only bars. Record of the year. Drake could never.
It's A-okay. Looking like we are looking at the PvP, PvE side of the map right now. That
I like that little 2 spots on the wall.
I enjoy those that little bit there. Looking like Old Dominion does run the they're on attack here, so anything they have can swap. Jimmy's running the exact same comp. I wonder if Old Dominion will figure out how to actually play against this time. I'm very excited.
All right, place your bets. How many shots until Joker Joey hits his first?
We did get lucky number 7 last time. Heard from the. I was actually watching the stream a tiny bit through audio. No visual, thankfully, unfortunately, but
Yes.
I did hear the 7 shots. The 7 missed shots that rang out through Kring's row on the attack that will live in infamy, apparently. Let's see if this will happen more.
What is going on in all chat?
Again, really zesty comms and chats coming from GMU and ODU. This is the kind of rivalry you expect right now. Look like Joker Joey is on the Widowmaker running a Bap Lucio Orisa Farah comp. That's pretty goofy. He hit a shot, I think, actually. That ult charge didn't have. That is a hit by accident. Forgot to set the S word by accident, but it's A-okay. Looking like our Baptiste did get picked by accident. A little Freudian slip there, my mistake. For like kids at home.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, Freudian slip. Looked like we did get the pick on the May though. Clean it back. Adelot cleaning back, but we are trading picks 1-on-1. It's like a world war here. One pick, somebody turns a trench here, gets popped through no man's land. Somebody else turns back and back. Unfortunate.
Quite
here.
literally trench warfare right now.
Looking like we did swap to the Car 98K character off of the M1 Duran character. Hanzo is coming in on the side of Old Dominion. Will he get a pick? Who knows? Both lamp, shift, and turret are used on the side of GMU. Will it matter? Index is taking it to a watery grave down in water down there. Turreted, shot like a bird. Unfortunate. Look like there's no resources on the side of GMU, but I don't think ODU has the chance to capitalize it.
Lots of damage coming into the ODU's team right there. A lot of burst damage forcing them back behind the choke.
Looking like their May is on a crucial, devilish off angle, unfortunately. It is the Witching Day. It is Oktoberfest going on. It is a month of spooks. It's the Season 7 Rise of Darkness. I'm seeing some darkness right now, I think, coming in through my mind. Looking like Wall is out, Lamp is out, Force Lamp, and the Baptiste are dead. I think they're actually soul tied somehow. Every time that Lamp goes down, the Baptiste is there right after. Looking like there's just cleanup on the side. May is taken down again. I think this is the second time he's been impaled against the wall on this round alone. It's okay though. We have spawn advantage. Hanzo is back. I forgot they even had a Hanzo. I even made a whole mark about that. He has 77. He has 71 ult charge though.
Not doing
Can't say
nothing.
the same for Index.
He's not doing nothing. Index teetering around 60% ult charge. There we go.
See, here's the thing though. You'd think on this comp it'd actually be a lot easier for Var to be ran than apparently the comp that University of Southern Mississippi did, but it looked like he's actually having a lot more trouble.
ODU playing past the window that Hanson just put down, had a lot trying to whistle into the view that window, not finding much of the ice
Yeah,
blocks off.
there's that soul heart again. Lamps down, Baptiste down right after. Looking like we did invest window and Arisol into a fight that they invested only Flux and Blizzard. That's a-okay. They actually used 3 for 2. Not too bad. We only have DPS ult and beat coming out. Same about the exact same time with GMU, but they do have the window advantage and the Bastion, which is just going to hard burn somebody on our team. Can you guys make any guesses? We actually have a pick'em going on right now. You can actually pick whoever dies first on any of the matches on both teams. And if you manage to get them all right, you get a prize and you DM at Grant Deppen on Twitter. He is very open to this. We actually have we are giving away free ODU merch for anybody who actually runs this pick'em system at all. Look what we did invest Dragon into that fight as well. I don't think it hit anybody. Actually, to get the Baptiste, they're a little sectioned off by that. Sigma should be going down next after that. Looks like Lucio is after. Clean up for the side of Old Dominion. Only took them 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And a pick'em system to work out.
We just had to get through the previews to get to the movie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I might be down through my entire
really
popcorn.
staggered
Ibnix is taking a devilish off angle, forgets that he is actually not in a friendly server. He thought he was on a chill kill, I think, by accident, but we are actually on the MAEC match right now. That is a devilish stagger on the side of ODU.
Wake up!
Can't wait to see this barrage come in. I actually think this guy's going to barrage a wall and blow himself the Kingdom Come. What do you think is going to happen with this barrage? I'm excited to see it. This is going to be, he's been lapped. That is a clean impalement right off the map, right into the fiery depths.
Very nice.
And a clean air shot from Index, too. That's the first shot I think he's hit all game, actually.
They're popping off.
Oh, Rissel ult off the map.
Now.
Rissel ult off the map. Bring 2. It's a little too late, too long. Unfortunate. They are holding their spawn doors. Actually, a pretty interesting play. Looking like we're doing some meditation on the side of ODU's cart right now. Xbox got a little too spicy. Did get lamped out. Soul Heart coming in. Lamp did die. Baptiste didn't die this time. Looking like a barrage to come in. But Index does barrage air, but does get the lamp out. Unfortunate because the spawn door is a lot longer for the side of ODU compared to GMU. And there goes the Baptiste. A little bit of an interesting ult. No Dragon or anything to follow up on it. Pretty goofball ult used by the side of Adalot's ODU team. Unfortunately taken down. No ults used on the side of GMU. Now they have an insane ult advantage. You go ahead and Peter on that on the top left there.
I think the play there was to try to synergize the Orisa ult with something like the window, but the Baptiste died so
Yeah, they had the barrage, but he just kind of barraged and they had lamp and shift. If he just waited around that corner when they had the Orisa, they could have actually baited them in and the Orisa ulted and melted them, but they kind of just forgot. Looking like they did get an interesting group. Only perk that they actually grouped off is the one that can actually jump right back to high ground. Pretty sad. They are split right now. It shouldn't matter. Hanzo's taking a clean 1v1 with Ibnix in the right side mega. Looks like Genji did run away in terror. Doesn't matter though. Beat coming in. No counter beat yet from the side of Old Dominion, but there is a window. Almost a Blast Jax. Didn't see the Blast Jax thankfully there, but we did lose our beat and window, so Baptiste should be dying pretty shortly as well because they are soul hearted. Unfortunately, he does actually live this.
Joey goes down instead.
Yeah, this is a clean fight taken down by ODU. ODU just kind of, they are trying to counter ult, but they end up using the wrong ults every time. Looking like GMU did end up wasting 3 ults for that fight for ODU's 1. But it looks like they did swap the Echo here. I don't know why this guy doesn't want to go Tracer on an actual interesting Tracer comp, but it's A-okay, I think. Echo should be a pretty decent advantage on this side here. Can melt their Sigma if their Sigma does out extend here. Looking like shield is taken down. They're already walking main here. Genji's on the back line here. Does flank, misses everything. Big int here from the side of Genji. Doesn't actually matter because I think they didn't hit a shot. But the stick he took him out of Ibnix is taken to the dirt.
Will they manage? No, they
That is a Sigma taken down on the side of ODU as on the side of GMU, my mistake as well. Looks like Baptiste will follow suit. No lamp on the side. Looks like Xbox did forget. Scared of the lamp. Will he get a boop? No. Will he chase his Lucio down? Looking like a yes. Looking like a nope. They might they do get the second point though from that interesting play with Ibnix and the Sigma following.
They will get the second point, and they will maintain their ult superiority with GMU's only blade ready to go for this next fight. ODU's sitting on 3, almost 4 for this next fight. It's just a matter of sustaining until they get a good opportunity to use it. If they use their ults correctly here and use them like smart, they might be able to push it, you know, extremely close to the final point. There's the beat. A little bit too late for the lamp to not be used, but that's all right. As Blade finds no purchase in ODU's backline, but Ibinx will take down Index regardless of the Blade. Adelot using the Orisa ultimate here in conjunction with the hub. Very nice javelin there onto Ibinx, taking down 2 members of GMU, making it a 3v5 scenario. Sigma split from the rest of GMU's team. Adelot taunting the face of Matthew, absolutely decimating him in that room away from GMU's team, and ODU will clean that fight up. Very, very well played there. Very good managing of ultimates. We have Echo copy, but GMU will go into this fight with almost 4 ultimates. They're going to have to get a stagger pick or build.
Yeah, they kind of won't be able to, though. That beat is going to come out almost immediately. There's nothing Index or anything you can actually do to stop this.
Coming out very early here. 30 seconds left. This is last night territory. I think they need to reset here now.
Yeah, they didn't end up wasting copy. They have no ults for next fight. GMU has 3 still online. Might be 4 if the Blade comes out fast enough.
Looking like this is a GR if they start to get staggered here.
It looks like a stagger. I don't even know if anybody will be able to touch on the side of ODU.
Like 6 seconds left. The closest person to touch being Adelot. No fortified. Does have push. Misses the javelin. Not able to touch. But ODU does get a member onto the point, preventing it from going into the next round. Staying into overtime. Joey trying to find a pick. B comes out on the side of GMU. Not finding any picks. ODU slowly getting picked one by one. And it looks like ODU will end this round prematurely before they hit all 3 points. Blade comes out on the side of GMU, and that just kind of puts the final nail in the coffin for this round.
Yeah, that is just, I don't mean to rag on Adelot only, but that is just a javelin you have to hit to win that fight. If that javelin is hit there, they have it just to manage to sustain. They have their Orisa back. They waste the flux. They'll have Blade coming up shortly, and they have the beat, but you can actually live through it.
Right.
They actually, I noticed their fortify was on cooldown. I'm pretty sure they used that earlier. I guess they just weren't thinking about the flux, but they just end up missing the javelin, then just they get taken down. They don't have lamp. They go down. Baptiste tries to heal him. He gets picked off earlier, or he's not even there in the fight somehow.
Yeah.
He windows late. They're all down there. Just kind of how it goes. You have to, like, if you don't mirror the sig or, like, you just don't do that, you have to hit the javelin or else you're just kind of out with it. That's actually not too bad of a push for the side of Old Dominion. 3rd point, Kings Row is the noob killer.
Yeah.
You can be staggered for 2 points and hold that point for 17 minutes, honestly. So, like, I'm not really that worried, but I hope ODU's not too mental booms about that loss either. They have, oh, looks like we're respecting the wrong team. Look like we're running May, Bap, Lucy. I think we're doing a little bit of comp theft on the side of ODU into GMU.
Could work. It could
Maybe we just do it better. We're landing on the May, Sim, Orisa, Lucio, Bap comp.
ODU has a love for Orisa that they cannot get rid of.
Yeah, I think
we
Adelot
swapped to the
and
Echo.
Orisa are just a one true pair. That is just an OTP together. I think he actually does have a locket with Orisa's face on it.
It reminds me of
Coming
this
in
one
20
streamer
times.
I watch, Beep Cheap. He and Echo are just like two pods in the same pea, so to speak.
That is a really interesting analogy to make, I have to say. I have heard about that, though. That is pretty cool. Pretty good streamer. I've heard there's a new video coming out very, very shortly. You should pick that up very soon. But looking like Lucio did just make 1,000,000 miles of space. And no one hit a single shot on him. He got 2% ult charge from passive game, and I think he just decided to go back to his game. I think he forgot. He wanted to go see what was up on high ground, said no thanks, came back. Almost a
nice
javelin. That guy is just taking a giant leap on top right against nobody. Looking like he's just baiting aggro, like the Orisa just looking, he's just igniting the sights. He's just down again. Lamp is missed the wall, unfortunately. Might have been a good wall from Midnix acting that I think about it. But, yeah, they just kind of get ran over. They just were just admiring the Lucio. They admire the Baptiste, wish the javelin, forgot there's a May and a Sigma on there. They should actually just win the brawl because they have the Orisa and they have the Bastion. Their Bastion's cut off. He's not on a good angle. Their Baptiste isn't able to get the lamp off in time. I don't even know where their Lucio was, and their Echo can't really engage with the brawl either.
Not really a coherent fight for ODU as they struggle to get back to the library corner, as GMU's already taken the positioning needed to kind of prevent them from getting up that far. Adelot trying to find some space, gets rocked, gets walled, finally saved by the lamp, kept alive by ODU, but will it be in vain? Sigma trying to throw his shield out, get some positioning. Adelot needs to find a pick here. ODU needs to find a pick here. Window comes out. They need to back up. or find a pick. Something here. This is the longest poke phase. Finally, 3 members of ODU go down, and that will make the team fight go in favor of
Yeah, this is
GMU.
the second fight where just ODU should be winning these, but they just kind of invest. They lose after and they just get staggered.
They were afraid to commit. I saw it as soon as the Orisa got rocked. As soon as the Orisa got rocked,
It's just over
the
at that
entire
point.
ODU team panicked.
And you just look at GMU, they had to use their window. They win the neutral fight. They just have a better poke and spam comp. Like, you think you have the Echo, which is pretty good. You have the Bastion. They just have May. They have Sigma. They just have Sigma, to be honest. But they just have Bastion and their Bone Bap Lucio. Like, the Echo should be able to spam, but not into that type of console like Torture there. Looks like they usually shift first. Interesting beam used from the side of Old Dominion. They do end up using their cooldowns early. I think he would use Copy to try to deny Flux there, but I guess he just tried to do his engagement. Doesn't have his rock early. Sigma is split off. I'd shield the team immediately going to Sig. Looks like it is happening. He can get a rock here, but he's a little too late on the trigger. It does actually, Sigma does dodge that pretty easily. Baptiste is taken down on the side of Old Dominion. Not what you want to see. Baptiste and Bastion are both dead. To be honest, Old Dominion should have a better player, but all their points here, if they end up getting split like that, they end up losing. But GMU side, all their teammates can live a dive by themselves. They have their Baptiste, he plays with their Bastion, they can win. They have the May who can just solo live. They have the Lucio, which can do whatever he's doing, and their Sigma can just bait aggro themselves. That's 2 fights down. But here's what I did say. You just hold for 6 or 7 minutes on this point alone. That's what they can do here. They just can't get staggered. They can't go down to 1-fight territory. They have to take this angle here. If you look at their Baptiste, he's just kind of like in there, but no mark on the side of Old Dominion. I wish we could see the scoreboard right there. That's Baptiste. Actually, Bastion combo is pretty good. They have window. It's like Xbox and Baptiste are somehow taken down in that fight too. You know, it is a combo inside of them. Looks like he items pulled them all into window and got his supports eviscerated, but it's a-okay.
Yeah. Very, very unfortunate for ODU. They're going to have to fight a very, very steep uphill battle if they want a chance to
Yeah,
win
if you
this
just
fight.
look,
There's
they
no draw possibility.
end up getting window first somehow, which you think they wouldn't be able to because they have the Sigma to just deny a lot of space and damage, but it looks like they're just building window a lot faster somehow. I don't really know how that's happening.
Could be more healing, could be more damage.
Yeah,
could
but they
be a
have the
little bit
Sigma
of
to live through all that. They should have the Arista that should just be getting killed for everything. It looks like
Index finding the
really
first
good
pick
pick
on
on
fight.
It's like Thick Man is gone. He couldn't see anymore. That kill on the Baptiste just sent him to or her. I can't tell because it is an Overwatch man. But they are taken down to the depth. So that is 2. That is a good hold. That's what they needed. That snowball is all done. Now they can take angles. They can do whatever as long as they don't get picked early.
Pretty even on ultimate economies. ODU leading, in fact, a little bit. Going into this fight with 2, possibly going to have 4 as the fight progresses. ODU just needs to work on sustainability, not dying early and committing when it's time to commit. Like right now, that artillery just came out. He is down, and that Sigma is split. ODU needs to press W onto that Sigma right now. But it looks like they are not going to. May ult comes out, catches the backline of ODU off guard. Adlock goes down as a result of it. Echo does not use that touch.
We have all these ult, but just don't use them. Index is the only person that actually presses the button that fight. He ends up actually does pick their Bap and their Bastion very early. He ends up whipping 4 shots. Doesn't matter. They should be able to touch with Orisa here. They have to walk. You can't stay AFK. You can't AFK this. And the slowness from Fortify. Yeah, you just end up just trolling that from AFKing. They have beat. They end up not using any ults there. They had the beat there. They had the Orisa ult. I guess he just whiffed it there. But again, they try to walk into that. They end up using their lamp really early for no reason there. You see like their Bastion. You see their Orisa has all his gold left. They decide to lamp him. I can't tell if it was him to live there. They're just trying to live, but they just end up dying. It's all that. They just end up, every fight they get over, they just start panicking and throwing anything they want. They just try to use anything. They just end up forgetting their Q button physics too.
Yeah, I've been seeing nothing but defensive panic plays.
Yeah, it's all reactive. It's none of it's proactive. It's all just reactive plays there. They have like all this space. They can just they have attack. The Sigma's forced to walk into them. He uses both cooldowns, and instead of actually marking that correctly, they decide to just give up whenever he actually gets close. After he uses both cooldowns, and they decide to just mark somewhere else, and they end up getting split somehow. If I was Index right now, I'd be fuming. He just picked up 2 people immediately. He'd pick a fight every time. Did with the Bastion, unfortunately. If he actually did get that pick, they might have actually been able to hold that. Just from the whole damage that Sigma and Bastion did to Orisa at the end there. But like, I'd be mad. You get a pick every 2 fights, and your team just ends up dying with all their ults again. That's just classic team gap anger. It's still potential for a reverse sweep coming in here. ODU has done it before. Not this season, but they have done it before. Not with this team. Maybe it's the first time for everything here. Looking like we are getting the third map. Flashpoint in the game now. I thought that was actually not in MAEC. I guess they just forgot last time. Good to know. Servaza coming in
Interesting.
now.
Yeah,
It
we
should
did
be
not
the
see
Junker
that.
Queen comp coming from ODU. I think GMU will run the exact same comp they run normally. The Sigma
Weird.
Bap Lucio May. Honestly, pretty easy to counter if you play it correctly, but I don't think ODU has found out how to do that yet. They haven't found the proverbial keys to that castle yet.
You could say that again.
You could say they're still trying to go through the moat.
You could say that again.
You could say they're still trying to go through the moat.
You could say that again.
I'm not going to repeat that for the third time, man. I don't really get the thing here. Looks like
Oh.
ODU is running their patented
Doomfist
Lucio
comp.
Baptiste comp. Looks like GMU's running Doomfist.
What's the biggest axe you could make out of
Doomfist
hard
comp. We got the Doom May,
kilometer
Bastion, Lucio. We see the switch to Ramatra. I'm not sure if that
Maybe
is going
you
to.
wouldn't.
And Sigma comes back.
Yeah, it's kind of like an interesting fight. Flashpoint is one of these points where you just kind of like a little bit of a Koth. You get that early fight, and after that, it's just like you can. If you stagger long enough, you can just make it a 1 or 2 fight territory for every single point. You manage to get that flip. Looking like ODU is running a Torbjorn for some reason. I don't really know how that really works into GMU's comp, considering that Torb is kind of a worst
Torb
bastion
goes
attack.
down immediately.
Yeah, they did actually nerf Torb this
And
patch.
Torb
I don't know
goes
if they
down.
remember. It looks like Torbjorn thought he was safe in there. It looks like Adelot got pulled in somehow, got moved in from their Lucio. Kind of insane, honestly. If you just want to, like, if you just
ODU
mirror
is
the
dead.
Bastion here, I think you're just pretty good. I don't really get it, man. It's kind of like insane. You just have a Torbjorn there. Torbjorn did get nerfed this patch again. Looking like they actually made it. Yeah, I don't really get it. They're on Kiriko now. I don't think that was a swap they really had to make here. If they had the Baptiste, it's still fine. They have the Ana. Honestly, Ana would be an interesting play here, too. They do have Sigma, though, so that does kind of deny the entirety of Ana. I guess that might be a bad play. Torbjorn, I just don't understand that.
Yeah, I could not even begin to describe the manipulation of the thought.
Yeah, looking like we did just hard engage. Again, we get the pick on the Baptiste, but we just don't have a Suzu coming in after. If you just think about it, like, you can run on their Bastion, but you just kind of ran across no man's land by yourself. Your Lucio wasn't there. You have to use your Shout. You have really low heals from Lucio Kiriko. You can't really sustain in their Bastion. You just hard melt you. They have the Sigma to hard melt you there, too. It's kind of tough, man. I'm pretty sure the Sigma's done a pretty good job of this fight. Pretty insanely bad stagger on the side of Old Minion there. I have to make that a tune before I go into my own thing. I think Sigma's done a pretty good job. I haven't really been able to see it from our camera angle. I'm just going to assume he's doing it. He has been shielding off heals a lot. I'm going to assume that's why Adelot's dying. I can't help but think it's either that or he's just kind of emptying his brains out. Might be a mix of both.
Could be.
On some of these, it's just like he's just shielding. And good rock there. Staggers that they won't be able to touch. They actually do touch. Interesting. Will they actually end up going for this fight, though? They won't have the ult advantage from here. This is another dry fight.
any
for
ult,
both teams.
actually.
Window will be coming on the side of GMU, but Adelot is down again. I'm seeing Days. I think I'm getting Days out blue apparently from the last map. I wasn't there, but wasn't Adelot just dying a lot on Junker Queen on Flashpoint that last time, too?
Junker Queen did go down quite a bit when Adelot was playing them on a Flashpoint.
I did hear this was a patented Blastjax map, too. Will that happen again? There was no Ajax on King's Row, but he might get a number 3. He might be 3 for 3 on Blastjax today.
I hope not.
Well, we'll have to see. That is the first point. Again, can't say how I see the Torbjorn. There might be a little bit of a, I don't want to say any conspiracies. There might be a little bit of win trading going on right now. I think this guy might just be playing for money.
Someone check FanDuel, see if this bet. See if
I
this
have
game
to
is
see if
bet.
Jogajoy spent 500 on GMU for independence.
Yes, that's the only explanation.
Yeah, he is just down a fight. Again, it looks like we have made the swap to Orisa. We did end up giving up on the Rampage. We have both Squirtles coming up, but this is just a lost fight for ODU. These both DPS early. Again, they just have way better spam and poke here. The Orisa, pretty insane wall on the side of it. It doesn't really matter if it's on Orisa, but they will just die. Yeah, just unfortunate, man. They just will lose that fight there, and they're just... It shouldn't really matter that much. They took them a little bit long to cap the point there, but, like, it's just annoying. They're on Sojourn now. Not the person I wanted to see swap Sojourn out of the two of them, honestly, if I'm being correct. But just look at the ult advantage. There's 4 ults on the side of GMU coming up. Look, there's 3 on the side of ODU. Almost another stagger pick again.
Oh, mate.
Just completely insane.
Will we see the Torbjorn? Maybe this whole composition will finally come to fruition when we see the Torb.
Insane
Orisa
pick,
combo.
insane early pick, but it is split up. There's no, they have the beat advantage on the side of ODU, but they lose 2 because Jogajoy just. I don't think I can say that on stream, but
Is
he's
this
just-
essentially the equivalent of running it down mid?
Yeah, it's kind of the equivalent of running it down mid. You have the beat engagement here, but you decide to not use it after that long. They ended up using Flux solely on that Orisa. You're just kind of running around the point on speed boost. You're not even actually healing your Orisa there.
Oh, the Void didn't leave. He's just in the arena.
Oh.
He's messing. Oh my God. He's messing with their. Oh no, he's doing a lot more than that.
I think he just sucked the soul of the entire ODU Overwatch 2 esports team, and now
I'm surprised there's any left for
Yeah.
him to have taken from these maps so far, I'm going to be honest.
I think that's why he had to take all of them, so that way he could have half of the person's soul.
We're like fighting for like scraps and like little bits of nutrients from Advil right now, apparently. Good javelin on the side of ODU. Will the Sojourn actually get marked? He did make the worst slide I've ever seen from my life. Does actually get picked for, but I don't think ODU will still lose this fight, honestly. It might. Kiriko hasn't gone down just yet, but that would be very, very shortly. Baptiste might go down on the side of ODU on GMU, but it really won't matter. They're kind of just down.
Last point to go. Last chance for
Last
ODU.
chance for ODU. Is this the last round? Can you reverse sweep? Can you come from nothing? Or will you just be another team down 3-0? Will you be 1-1 this set, or will you stay undefeated? If I was ODU, I'd be either crying my eyes out or like knowing this is your last chance. I think they should know this though. They have swapped again. They just have no ults. They've dumped ults on every fight, but I've never seen a single pick gun
don't
from
feel
any
the
of them.
urgency like this is their last chance. I don't feel the urgency in anything that ODU's doing right now.
They just look lost. I think he just booped him off the map. No, he just died in the middle of nowhere. No man's land. Early pick on May. That's what you want to see. But Kiriko is just taken down, face tanking the window. I think Adelot's going to go down right next after. 2 picks down on the side of ODU and GMU. They're both even right now. Make that a lamp gone from the side of ODU on GMU. Make that out one.
Very nice ultimate.
Had to use overclock. Will he be able to kill the Sig? That is a crucial first fight to win, though.
Index finding 2 picks there, cleaning up the end of the fight, and securing the point for ODU. And again, this
Really
is the
does
last
die
chance.
late. Shouldn't really matter that much. Actually, it really will matter. GMU will be able to set up in time. They swapped the Soldier instead of the Sojourn. Has a pretty good matchup into the Sojourn here. Like, look, they might just be taking off angles here to like, mess with ODU, because ODU doesn't have really that well of angles right now.
One
Or
good
poke.
Sigma ult from the side of GMU. This was great.
They do have the beat here if they don't play this correctly. If he gets a manage, if he manages to get a javelin, he is just kind of eating his brains out and running it down mid. He's just dead early.
I think this
The ENFP isn't a Kitsune here, yeah. Arissa, if you think about it, Arissa Lucio used to be really good. Arissa Lucio Kiriko used to be really good. You have to actually use your cooldowns correctly. With this new Fortify change, you kind of just get melted if you're just running it down into Bastion or any type of hit scan they have. Honestly, not too bad of a loss fight for ODU. They have a little bit of setup. They can go. Like, I don't think he knows that there are people with him. He might actually die really late here. This actually might be crucially bad for ODU. Okay, they do end up whiffing the wall a little bit, thankfully, for the side of ODU. That could have been very detrimental, but it doesn't even matter. He's picked at the absolute worst time. That's going to be at least another 30% gone. I think I'm getting deja vu again. This happened last time on the last map today on Servazo, where Jokojoy just walks in and runs it down and gets picked again. He's done that every fight so far, every character. Oh, man, this must be an off day. It is fall break, so these players might be playing from like Cambodia or like Massachusetts or
Yes,
Alaska.
I
I'm
do believe they
currently from
sent
Antarctica.
body doubles and decoys into the arena today to.
I think Jokojoy might have given the controller to his little cousin.
Oh, that's
That
who
might
was
be
out
it right
there.
now. That might be it. I
Oh.
thought that was just like, I thought it was like bring your kid to work day. No, that might actually just be his
Oh.
cousin.
That makes
He is
a
dead
lot.
again. I didn't even notice. I was too busy making a joke and the bit to even notice. That is puts in a little too late. He has the beat counter. Doesn't really matter. ODU is dead. Hasn't used beat yet. Too late on the beat. I swear to God, that beat has been held for 4 points. No blast jack though. I guess he did get that. That should just be the last map. Look like Ibnix is a little upset in chat.
Nope, that's Ibix.
I did say Ibnix. I didn't say Ibnix.
IB Binks.
Ibnix.
Ibinks.
Ibnix.
Ib
Yeah, Ibnix. Looking like a 1-1
Banks.
0-3 for the side of ODU. Not what you want to see. They did lose the rivalry around this time. They did win, but all I'm saying is it was that pause at the beginning that messed with them. They had that Sombra. They had the urgency. They had that oomph. And they won that with that first map. They won that first map. And they just crumbled.
Their entire game plan relied on this Sombra.
It's just all gone.
That's all they've been scrimming all week with the exclusive.
Yeah, they
player
all
interviews
scrimmed
I
it. They had that exclusive ability. They were actually scrimming the Houston Outlaws before they made their tragic departure from Overwatch League. Now they're going against the Chengdu Chunguses next week. Unfortunately, right there. That will actually be it for Overwatch, though. That is 2 0-3 losses for the side of Old Dominion. What do you expect? 1 undefeated. We got our 1. It's
We're
A-okay.
1-1 in
We're
the
1-1 on
MAEC
base. Make
league.
this. We're like 3-1 in our maps before. We'll just make it no loss left on base. And we might have given up on NACE. Maybe we're gonna come back for a march
Maybe
on that
NACE is
again.
our warm-up league.
Yeah, maybe it's our warm-up.
We've never
there.
been a first.
I think actually this will be the start of every week having 2 matches, both MACE and NACE. So NACE will really be their warm-up week. I can see you're aghast and shocked, and you're just ready to see these casted games. But that is going to be about it. I don't know if we're going to have an interview for this. I don't think ODU is going to want an interview. They are currently getting their souls demonified by the Void. I think the entire room has become pitch dark, unfortunately, there. That will do it for Overwatch today. I don't know what matches will be streamed the rest of this week. I think it might just be COD, Valorant, all the usuals, what you expect from this week. I've been Beef, casting your second game. This has been... That's where you say your name, man.
Oh, sorry, the Void scrambled my brain a
That's
little bit.
okay, yeah, no biggie.
I've been Porter Dowdy, and make sure to join us next Tuesday for some more Overwatch 2 action.
Got a little bit of epileptic shock there. It's okay, though. We'll see you all then. This has been the ODU stream. Be sure to catch us up on Twitter, Discord, Esports. Hey, if you actually want to join the varsity program, you can't join it this semester, but you always have next. So why not do it? Finger guns, man. Catch y'all later.